The tower is an elegant and tall building, seen at its best from the west. The windows in the bell chamber are surrounded by a decorative ogee arch, and if you look higher, you'll see the tower is surmounted by 8 pinnacles, and just below them are fantastic gargoyles. You may be able to perceive shields, some with heraldic designs, just below the top of the tower. At the base of the tower is the Great West Door. This is one of the oldest wooden structures in Nottinghamshire, and it dates back to the 15th century. A Civil War musket ball was once lodged in this door, and there is some evidence of carvings with an inscription, "Jesus, Mercy, Lady, Help." On either side of the door are heads and coats of arms. One of these is the Molyneux Cross. Thomas Molyneux, a Hawton landowner, came from a Norman family that had arrived in England with William the Conqueror. The doorway, together with the west window, is a good example of perpendicular architecture. There's also a scratch dial that can be found on the south side of the tower. Now, moving around to the south side of the church, we find the south porch, added in the 19th century and replacing an earlier one. There are interesting graffiti inside the porch and indeed all over the church itself, some of which can be only identified using special lighting.
So here we have a depiction of a bird. This is its underbelly coming up to its beak. This is its tail fanning out here and its legs coming down here. That's very unusual to find a bird.
As we move along the south wall, you'll notice a low arch, and it's likely there was once a stone figure here, possibly the knight who now lies in the chancel. There is another scratch dial on one of the 4 large stone slabs that fill the arch in. And there are 2 more dials on the nave buttresses, which gave the time of Mass, but also those of divine offices. Next, we come to the most interesting part of the exterior of the church, the south chancel wall. There are carvings and heads on the window stop, and a king and queen on either side of the door. Some of the heads we think belong to the masons who carved the stone, and also their wives. The east window is the most impressive in the church. The style of the window is known as curvilinear tracery, and it's one of the best examples in the country. There are window stop heads, there are lovely trefoils, quatrefoils, lozenges and daggers. The other chancel windows are geometrical tracery, a style which belongs to the period between 1303 and 1377. The clerestory and nave windows are later and follow the perpendicular style. There are 2 other windows that are all slightly different, one geometric and the other curvilinear. Finally, we come to the north side of the church. There are no heads or scratch dials here, but on the side of the chancel we can see where the door has been bricked out and plastered over, and where a small cupboard has been. There is also a statue plinth. Looking upwards, you can see the bosses that supported the roof of either a vestry or a side chapel. We complete the circuit of the church at the north nave door. This is identical to the south chancel door, except that it has a statue niche. There is reason to believe that both the north and south doors were part of the same earlier church.